YouTube is not a short-term thing. It's not a long-term thing. It's a lifetime thing. I know we all come onto YouTube expecting quick results, but the problem with that is that when we don't see them, we get demoralized and a lot of us end up quitting YouTube. But what we should be focusing on is growing as people outside of YouTube, and in turn, that's actually gonna bring the results on YouTube. I just think it's crazy that we can go and look back at these big creators and look at their journeys, look at some of their first videos, go sort by oldest, and you'll see that they were not who they were right now when they first started. But it's not just their videos that got better, they actually grew as people. You can see, and if you look back, a lot of them were infrequent with their uploads because they weren't disciplined, but they also grew out of their shell and they became a lot more confident on the camera. And it reminds me of something that I heard from a book talking about how business is like a martial arts dojo, where when you go in there, you're not competing with the other people in the dojo, you're competing with yourself day in and day out to reach that full potential inside of you. So YouTube is the same thing. When we come onto here, we might not be directly competing with other people on YouTube, but we're competing with ourselves to see what we can really push ourselves to. And that is just such a luxury that we get on YouTube to be able to do that, because it gives us a platform to practice on ourselves day in and day out. So what we should be doing on YouTube is focusing on getting the practice in, not only on our videos, but on ourselves, because that will have a direct effect on our video quality, but then also not focusing on the immediate results or just even the stats in general. Yes, you want to improve off the feedback from your audience, but don't focus on it so much that it takes away from the things that you already know that you have to improve about each video. Because at that point, it's just a discipline of being able to upload consistently so that you can keep growing and learning with each video. And if you go back and look at my older videos, I was not there. I was not where I needed to be. I could not stay consistent. I was uploading once a month because I was not disciplined enough to stay consistent. But then also on top of that, my videos were just everywhere because I was everywhere as a person. I was not where I needed to be. But it made me realize all these flaws that I had in myself that needed improving. And now I'm at the point where I realize that I can get 6 videos a weekend. But then not only on top of that, I realized that outside of YouTube, I can also get 6 workouts a weekend, which I'm doing right now. And I say that because at the start, both of those things seemed impossible to me. But the great thing about YouTube for people that really enjoy it like us is that it forces us to grow as people if we really want to do this. So if you are in those moments right now where it seems super hard, just imagine being able to look back and realize that you stayed persistent. It's going to motivate you even more then, because you know how far you've come. And every little video you post is a document of where you are at right now and how you are pushing yourself, not only on YouTube, but in your everyday life. It's a direct reflection of it. And I just hate seeing all these creators that were on that same journey as me quit, not because I don't think that they could have gotten the results, because I definitely think they could, but because I know how much they would have grown as people through this journey if they stayed persistent with it. And you right now watching this, I want you to stay in the game, because in the future, maybe we're the 2 top people on YouTube and we're competing, and we're finally going to compete against each other after doing all this work on ourselves. And in that moment, it's going to be so much more fun when we realize how far we have come and how much work we put in, and it's going to be more fun to compete against each other because of that. Because while you're documenting that journey and you're making better and better videos, more people are going to catch on and they're going to see your journey and be inspired to go on their own journey. So please, I ask you, go out there and create some great videos, do some great things, but most importantly, share it so that everybody else can be inspired by what you're doing.